Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. So, what's happening, friends? Today, we are doing another live stream. And it occurred to me today that I have not done any videos this week. It's been a funny old week, and I haven't been too well, if I'm being honest. I'm not feeling too great tonight. It's just one of them fucking days, weeks. I did do that massive video on whatever night it was, Wednesday, I want to say, or Thursday, of the rotation. That was nice. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Paroli says, I will need time to adapt to the new background. That is right. The new background is ahoy. I hope you are enjoying the new background. It is going to take a little bit of getting used to. I've been struggling with the new background myself, actually. Stephen Tampton says, Scent of the Day is the Leather Oud old version. Came in today and it's an instant love. Yes. Yeah, I'm a fan of Leather Oud as well. It's pretty great. I'm so bummed I missed the fragrance seasonal rotation. Nicky, it's up on the channel. It is live on the channel. If you look back through live streams, that's where you will find it. I'm enjoying today's offering that I am wearing. It is a vintage. It is pretty fucking hard to find. No Tower, Amen, Opium. Yes, I know, that's right. All the classics, all the vintage autumn and winter classics. They're all asleep, hibernating, or at least getting ready to hibernate. Oh, but I am enjoying my new selection. It is an epic selection. You'll get to find out what I've been wearing this week. Hello, Christy. DJ is wearing a random symbol. Kick ombre leather doesn't deserve the center. That's kind of just where it fits. That's just kind of where it goes, really. There isn't really much of a thought process, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I gave Richie G. Well, I say I gave Richie G. I sold Richie G my bottle of Eau Sauvage today. I enjoyed what I hope is now the annual changing. It's the biannual changing of the fragrance rotation. Happens twice a year. Happens from spring to summer and then to autumn to winter. 6 months and I'll be doing another one. Everybody seems to like that. It's kind of like a state of the collection address, you know? Sort of like shows you what I've got and what I haven't got. And how's that 2017 Eau Sauvage Parfum, Rich? I really like it. I think I might like it more than the original, mate. I'm not sure. I really like Elamy. This is something I have come to learn about myself. I really do like Elamy. Everybody wants to be my Elamy. No, sorry, I won't sing. But yes, I've enjoyed it. I decided to put a few fragrances in after the rotation. I went through a few other ones, including what I am wearing today. Would you like to see what my scent of the day that I didn't show you the other day? It's an absolute classic, a vintage, discontinued gem. It is Gucci Nobile. This shit is fire. This shit is brilliant. It is class. I highly recommend it. £180. Well, yeah, it felt funny wearing a Zoro pour on today, like I was cosplaying as an old man. The cheek of him. The cheek of him. Where's my Zoro pour on? There it is, behind Sauvage Parfum. I love this stuff. I got this for a fucking bargain. I've also got my Acqua di Parma Colonia Mirror, which I'm hoping to wear a lot more this year. It is Myrrh and Acqua di Parma Colonia. Caboose Juice very kindly put me onto a backup of it from Deepest Facebook, which I do not own and have no wish to own. People demanding mad coin for that. Yeah, bonkers. Not worth mad coin. It's worth coin, but not mad coin, especially when you can compare it to the stuff that's like being released today. This is an absolutely brilliant fragrance. I've got a hell of a tongue. Some people ask some madness for stuff, but there is always one guy willing to spunk their pension on it eventually. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Some of the prices shit's going for now, absolutely bananas, like. But not to worry. We are what, 3-4 days into the spring rotation, the spring-summer rotation. I won't tell you what I've been wearing, but it's been interesting. Obviously, I wore green Irish tweed on fucking Wednesday. MJ's wearing Fall Into Stars. Chanel raised the prices on their site. Time to utilise Parfumo and buy up all the Coromandels. Do you know what it is, right? Excuse me. Chanel raised their prices at least 10% every year, right? And if you, but the best time to buy a Chanel is now, because you can't find them on, discounters, because they sue discounters if they try and sell them at discount because they're unofficial stockists. Chanel don't like that sort of thing, so they sue, and they're very litigious. So when you buy a Chanel, you know it will be worth more in the future. Like I've got a bottle of Cristallo Vert, right, and it's really hard to find. Super Dake mentioned that it might be discontinued, which was a bit frightening for some people, and Audrey Jane was looking for a bottle, so I saw one in my local boutique and bought it, and then she was like, no, it's all right, I've got plenty. And I was like, well, I shouldn't have bought that. I did buy it off my own, I don't want to say intuition, what's the word? My own volition. I bought it from like my own, not inspiration, what's it called? It begins with an I. Jesus. What is it called? God. Initiative. I bought it through my own initiative. Well done. Dev said it. So I now have a bottle of Cristallo Vert, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until the price of Cristallo Vert goes up, and then I'm just going to sell it for what I paid for it. You know? It's all gift wrapped and shit. Because I thought, oh, Jane will like that. Yeah. All gift wrapped and shit. You know? Excuse me. But not to worry. demonstrator. I'll take that off. I have Cristallo Verde canned. Gave it to my mum. You give it to your mum? Why'd you give it to your mum? It's nice, but not worth the big bucks. No, I don't think it's worth big bucks. I don't think anything you can still get in the shops is big money. It'll get them ripped off if they're paying big money for it. Yeah. I can still get it. I'm an English major, Rich. I know this stuff. Alright. Cool. Are you enjoying the English language? Do you like a bit of Shakespeare, Richard II and all of that? Chanel has been the worst reformulation by Chanel. To be fair, that's because the vintage stuff was so fucking good. Right. It's had a couple of big knocks. It's had a couple of really big knocks. What's your opinion on Comme des Garçons? I like the ideas and I like the divergence from most perfume. What I do not care for is the execution. Welcome, Vele. Oh, Vele's just deleted his comment. Not to worry, you're nearly right. I adore black Comme des Garçons. I do like the English language, but in its modern form, I genuinely loathe the older forms of it because to me, it's about as comprehensible as biblical Hebrew. No, I feel you. I feel you. Like Chaucer. Chaucer's not even Old English. Chaucer's like Middle English, isn't he? Shakespeare's New English. And then fucking, you want Old English, you go back before the Norman Conquest, like. Crazy. Yes. Gucci Nobile, back when Gucci tried to make good fragrances. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to wearing this year. Iris Nazarena. Oh! DJ says, I am going back to vintages soon. Yes. DJ wants those really old vintages, though. You know? Like those really vintages. Even more vintage than the vintages I like. Which is pretty vintage. You know? Was a little surprised by the Terre au Vivre. Not bad for a designer release, says Pradeep. Nice. If the type of thing you are into is liking the stream, please be my guest. You are more than welcome to like the stream. It is up to you, though. Kind of want a bottle of vintage Samsara EDT. I was kind of selling bottles of vintage Samsara EDT. And then they went. And now all I've got is the EDP, which is tremendous. What I do have, and I'm looking forward to wearing this summer, something a little bit different, is a Samsara with a twist. It is a flanker. You met you. This is Un Air de Samsara. This is Samsara with mint. Just a slight hint of mint, not a big mint. Not a big mint. This is just a very light mint, a very subtle mint. Good afternoon, Mike V. Oh, he's wearing platinum egoist shite. Double shite. But yes, this is Un Air de Samsara. Samsara, but light and ethereal and a little bit minty. Waiting for Mitch to smell some of those bits I gave him. Yes, it'll be soon. It will be soon. I'll be doing that over the week. Well, I mean, it is the weekend, isn't it? But I'll be doing that at some point soon. Don't worry. I haven't done it today because I went out to meet my friend Richie G at the mall. As the Americans like to say. At the mall. At the mall. Oh, we're at the mall. Hi. Oh, God. Proverb says, got to smell a Buddy's Eagle Derby. Magnificent man. Buy it if he sells it in future. I would buy it. Absolutely. If he doesn't sell it in future, you could kill him and then take it. You get him to leave it in his will. Nobody will ever think. It's never been done before. It's the perfect crime. Used to hate platinum. I like the newest formulation. Less metallic to my nose. Nice. Oh. I have a thirst for fragrance. I was going to start talking about things I'm looking forward to wearing this year, but I'm actually going to do a video on that. I did bring out a few extra things after the last stream. I am unorthodox. All those who know me know. Lev says, also I give 3 bottles of mine to my twin. I didn't know you were a twin. For his upcoming birthday. Totally because I'm a good brother and not because I want new stuff for my collection. I found Samsara EDT very soapy, not the perfume neroli soap, more like bubble bath soap. Kind of milky, creamy lotion soap. And the vintage Samsara EDTs has got real nice old sandalwood in it. Just make sure it's got a 5-digit batch code. That was before they were bought out by what they're called, LVMH. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. What we got? Excuse me, I just need a cough there. Hello, Bronick. I was thinking about stopping buying fragrances for a long time, but I don't know if I have strong enough will. What about you, Mitch? You think you could do it? Well, I've done a no-buy month before. I found that quite difficult. It wasn't the type of thing that I would like to do regularly. I often find myself in a position of weakness. I do want to film a video, and I've been talking to Smurfy Girlie about this for a while. She did a video, and I think Mr. Smelly also did a video about... She did 7 reasons fragrances are ruining your life? Or 7 reasons to stop buying fragrances? I'm not going to be quite that... I'm not going to say harsh, but... I'm not going to be quite that drastic. What I am going to do, Nicky B says, hey, I've got a twin brother too. Well, we've got 2 twins in here, but they're not related. What's the odds? Well, some twins went to my school. It was quite fun. I hope you make that video before I retire. I hope I make that video before I retire. Dear me. Oh, you mean fraternal twin? Back to that video. I'm hoping to make that video, and I'm gonna do it more about my experience with buying and not buying and trying to stop, and the reasons I think I buy things and the reasons I think I'm into the things that I'm into. and like my psychological motivation for it's going to be a rambling video, which is one of the reasons I haven't filmed it yet, because I just don't want it to be like this fucking, like, I don't want it to come across like I've got fucking ADHD, which I can do when, like, if I haven't got like strong topics, you know what I mean? I can get a little bit scattergun. So I want to get some bullet points written down. I want to get a good idea. I've got a good idea of what I want to say, but I need to, like, I couldn't write a script. I couldn't do a script. I could never do that for anything. Because it literally sounds like I'm reading to you, you know? And I'm a good reader. I'm a very good reader. Many a time. I was a good reader when I was a kid. I'm a good reader now. People like listening to me when I talk. You enjoying this? I've just realised I'm not using the microphone. Is my audio a little bit minging? 5 reasons fragrance won't make you feel better. Do you want to know the God's honest truth? It does. It does make me feel better. So that's one of the reasons I don't want. I think there's an elemental truth in what Smurfy Girlie said. It's not like a fucking. It's not like the key to happiness, or it's not like the. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to, like, it might change your life. It depends how you view it and how you use it without going into the video and what I'm going to say. But it's going to be in the same vein, just it's going to be different. Your derby philosophizing video was good. Which one was that? I've done a couple of derby videos, have I not? I've done a video where I... I've done a video where I talked about Derby. Fragrance makes you get all the girls, says Stephen. That's why it makes us feel better. Some people will lie and tell you that, ooh, ooh. Right, who was it? Right, I've got a topic for us to get us away from this video before I end up doing this video on this live stream and then nobody watches the video. Did anybody see Max 40's video on why... Which one was it? It was his latest video, and he's had to change. Yeah, another YSL Why? New YSL Eau de Parfum Intense fragrance review. Has anybody seen this video when it first came out? Has anybody seen it? Did anybody look through the comments? All right. Naughty Max 40 has been buying comments, and it was as clear as day. And me and a few friends saw it, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Galen. Sorry, Galen. It was somebody who sent the video to me and said, "Look at the comments," and I proceeded to send it to everybody I know and be like, "Look at the comments. They were all the same, or." They were worded extremely similarly. And quite a few people I know, including, well, I won't say because I don't want to get anyone else in trouble, but quite a few people I know left a comment from their account saying exactly the same thing as all these bot accounts. And it was the first time all of these different accounts had left comments on one of his videos. Do you know when you are on someone's video, you go to the comment section, you click on someone's profile picture, it'll show you some of the comments that they've left previously, how many times they've commented on someone's video and how many times they have had like a heart from someone, right? Well, Max40, DJ knows what I'm talking about because DJ was one of the people I sent it to. And I was like, look at Max40. Max40 has been naughty. And there was quite a few people went on there and left exactly the same comment, right? So Max40 must have clicked on that everybody else had clicked on, right? Max40 not only has bought subscribers, Max40 has bought comments and he buys likes and views, right? Absolute fucking nightmare. Max40. Max40 is the Fredo of the Fragcom. He is shit. Sorry, Max. I don't give a fuck what you have set up, for all the good you have done, such as Scent Explore. Not that that was particularly good, because, I mean, if you ask anybody who was supposed to receive their fucking sample packs, nobody got them. All right? Because I think you're a fucking crook, if you want the truth. I think you have no character, and I would love to know why you had a nose job. I thought he had a good number of subscribers already. He got those subscribers by buying them, Pradeep. Have you seen his social blade? Yeah. If you go back through his social blade history, right, you will see 1,000 subscribers disappear one day, and then 1,000 subscribers appear another day. All at once. No correlation to any videos that he's done. He's bullshit. Paulo says, don't forget to like this stream. DJ says he has swings of like 1,000 subs over a day, which is impossible, says DJ. But it's impossible naturally. You know, it's like natural growth. You know? Like, and don't get this twisted. Don't get this twisted. This is not sour grapes. This is not jealousy. Right? Believers. I've made nearly 400 videos, including 125 live streams. And I've got not Pradeep, everybody knows that's not true. I don't pay for Strange. This is not sour grapes. This is me pointing out a fact. You know, Max40 is the epitome of what I call gigging the system. All right. He wants to be taken seriously by brands so he can make contacts in the fragrance world. So what he does is he overinflates with fake engagement. Right? That's what it's called, fake engagement. So he overinflates his position. I remember when Jay Royal accused him, right? And he did that video, We Gotta Talk. I imagine that video was a lie as well. But I was satisfied today when I saw that shit. I was completely satisfied today when I saw that shit in my own mind to justify myself coming out and saying this, you know. Max40 buys subscribers, he buys likes, he buys comments, and he buys views. Bullshitter. Absolute bullshitter. And he's doing it for clout. That's what he's doing it for. He wants to be popular. I think Max40 wants to be popular. I imagine. I mean, I'm speculating now. I imagine Max might have been bullied at school. Maybe he didn't have. Maybe he didn't have any friends. Maybe he comes from wealth because he seems to have quite a bit of money. I mean, he lives in New York City, so I mean, fuck. You've got to have a certain amount of money. Max buys everything except fragrances. I wouldn't be surprised if he changed to a woman with big. It's front and bullshit. It's terrible. It really is. It's not. Oh, I mean, it's not legal. I mean, it's against YouTube's terms of service. We know that, you know. Really, he could have his fucking channel taken down, you know. He could have his channel taken away. Simple as. How many times has he put on YouTube that he... How many times has he put on YouTube where he hasn't put on the little sticker, the little bar where it says includes paid promotion, and yet it's been a paid promotion? I can see why he got the nose job. His nose was more bent than his character. How come he had a deviated septum? What's going on there? Sartorial, says Paolo. Yes, it is sartorial, mate. But yes, I just wanted to remark on that because I think it's fucking terrible. It shows a massive lack of character. It shows insecurity to the max. I think Max wants acceptance at any price. And he's got the money, but he doesn't have the acceptance. He needs to work on himself. I imagine even if this gets back to him, it won't make a... Well, he'll probably feel it. He'll probably be pained by it. But he'll just ignore it, pretend it didn't happen. True friends are hard to find. Most people are selfish and look for their own interests. Omar, welcome. Have not seen you for a while. Bellamy, Vetiver, it's a great one. It's a very good flanker. It's a very good flanker. Yeah, shit, what is that? Have I got a spelk? I think I have, you know. What the fuck is that? Ow. It's surprising with his first reaction videos of fragrances, he's absolutely describing the scent as he knows every little nook and cranny about it and who should wear it, and it's Siage, pure salesman mode. Yes. Another one who's cold and dead behind the eyes. Bless him, he's trying. But he's not really getting anywhere. I wonder what went wrong. I think his wife and kids are fakes. His Mike, just paid actors. I don't know anything about his wife and kids, to be honest. Sebastian said, fuck off to people who criticised him for discussing mostly niche. Fair play. Let him talk about what he wants to talk about. That'll be whatever he wants on his fucking channel. I'd rather be told to fuck off by somebody for criticising them than them try to be like, oh, all friendly pally and stuff. Just be like, look, this is me. This is what I do. If you don't like it, you're more than welcome to fuck off. And fair play. You know? Me, when I look up notes on Fragrantic, I am now a fragrance expert, yes. I don't, like I said, I don't know anything about his wife and kids. I don't know if they're paid actors. I don't know what's going on there. And fuck knows. Kratos says, yes, just be yourself. And if they don't like it, change the channel. Yeah. It's like me. I don't watch lots of fucking content creators because I don't like it. You know what I mean? Hey Rich, which version of Larder for Men do you recommend to hunt down? Well, strangely, this is a modern bottle. This is a bottle from fuck knows. You can look up the batch code if you want. It's A27. Right? So that will, if you go to check fresh, all right, this is a modern bottle. Larder. There you are. A27. This is 2017, but the person reckons that it's more like a 2000. It's like it's older than that, so it might be a 2000 and it might be a 2007. Could be, don't know. But either way, I've smelled brand new bottles of this, and for 70 quid, you're laughing. You can get any version you want. The original, beg your pardon, sorry. The original was a gold cap. And the entire cap was gold, and I've got a 50ml version. And it is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. Smoother. But this version's fantastic as well, so don't be afraid to... Excuse me. Don't be afraid to... Don't be afraid to buy any version. I don't mind Max 40's old videos. They're not particularly bad or anything, says Spaced Out. That's fine. You can hunt. You can watch whatever you like. I was never big on Max 40's videos. I just didn't like resonate with us at all. I just found something a little bit off. And then it became more and more obvious over time that it wasn't necessarily what he actually thought. Max is the type who helped hype up Unique's luxury. Oh, God, Ramsey absolutely hammered them. I laughed. I was howling when he said if Rich Mitch smelled these, he'd have to stop, drop, and roll. I nearly had to stop, drop, and roll when he said that. I was I was roaring. I thought that was extremely funny. Yeah, totally awful. I smelled a brand today called Bella Bellissima, and they had one called White Leather, and I thought White Leather smelled quite nice, and then I saw the price, and I thought it's not that nice. Fucking hell, 160 quid for 50ml. They want no chance. If it was what, 100 quid, 120 quid. Maybe 120 quid, then I'd be interested. For 165, 50ml, fuck off. It was very smooth. It was pleasant, very pleasant. When a brand just puts out gourmands constantly, you know the shit. If I made content, I'd be making content that would make many people mad. Says DJ, as it doesn't conform to what they want to hear. I truly believe a lot of people watch fragrance videos to get positive reinforcement for their purchases and their taste. You know? DJ, I mean, if you go out there and say your thoughts on a Rouge, you'd get a brigade of full bottle set buyers in your comments having a civilized discussion. Yeah, Unique. I'm scared of trying those. Ramsey threatened to fucking send them to us. He was like, I almost want to send you these. And I was like, oh God, please no. Pradeep says enough about Max. Let's get a conversation started. Yes, let's talk about perfumes and what we actually feel about them, and not what the rate list dictates that we will say about them. Isn't that right, Max? Let's talk about rate lists, Max. Oh dear, pardon me. Max had to go through his comments and delete them all because it was so obvious. A plausible deniability, though. He will say somebody else did them, it was a bot attack, it was this, it was that, and it was like, no, you did it. Let's be honest. Maybe they'll get lost in the mail, says Michael John. Pradeep says, I think one of the reasons people can't stop buying is because individual frags are not expensive relatively, so maybe a good thing these brands are making us reconsider. That is, without doubt, one of the dumbest things you've ever said, and that is quite stiff competition, mate. Individual fragrances are not cheap. They are expensive. The thing with fragrances is as well is that they degrade with time, or they change with time. They are not permanent. It's not like buying like gold sovereigns. It's not like buying statues made from like ceramics and porcelain and stuff like that. And the thing with fragrances as well, they're perishable. That's what I meant to say. I think as well, the fact that they're putting the prices up, they are taking advantage of the fact that of the cost of living crisis, you know? I just think they're trying to rip off. Not as expensive as other hobbies, watches, paintings, guitars. No, there are, but they have massive flux as well. You know, there is massive differences between the top and the bottom end of those. You know. Ooh, hello, Pat Lester. Scent of the day, Musk Ravageur. I've got some Musk Ravageur. People are insatiable, always wanting for more. There is a brilliant video by a creator called Robin Waldron. And if you look up Robin Waldron, I'll post the video in the chat if anybody wants to see it. Robin Waldron. Waiting. No, that's not Robin Waldron. That is not who I am thinking of. Where is he? Sorry, just completely ignore what I have just said. I've got it totally wrong. Where is he? Oh my God. Walden. Robin Walden. Alright. Robin Walden. Waiting. There it is. Right. Share. Copy link. Don't worry, I'll put it in the chat, friends. That video there is a video all about what people do, humans, and waiting. Life is a series of you waiting for the next thing to happen in the hope that when the next thing happens, you'll feel better, you'll get some relief, you'll be satisfied, you can sit back and you can relax and bask in the glory of what has happened. And it never works like that. What happens is that you start looking for the next thing that's going to happen. And that video is based on Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot. That's a trick your brain does on you, and it has a purpose. Totally agree. Evolutionary, it has evolutionary purpose. It has a brilliant evolutionary purpose. You know, it's about forward planning. It's what separates us from the fucking insects. I mean, to be fair, the insects probably do shit like that as well. Just we don't see it the way they do. You know. But there we are. Very interesting, though. I thought that was very insightful about the nature of waiting. Although when fragrance reviewers include comparisons to other senses, it helps me better understand what to expect. See, I can never tell whether Galen's been serious or not. I mean, I know he's talking shit. Because Galen doesn't love anything. Galen is incapable of love. So that can't be true, can it? Oh. Just quoting all the Max 40 bot comments. Ah, yes. There he is. Galen's here, got you. It was actually Galen who sent us it. So sue Galen if you're going to do anything like that. If anything is sweet, reviewers bring up BR540. I saw a reviewer today, and I can't remember who it was, say that something smelled like Baccarat Rouge 540 without the ethyl maltol. And I was like, so it smelled like fresh air then? Who was it who said that? How bizarre. If anything is sweet, reviewers bring up Baccarat Rouge 540. Reviewers just read notes off Fragrantica. That is right. Another 13. Shite. Richie G likes another 13. We were talking about it today. We were at the Lalabo counter. Time to musk up. Ah, yes, it was. It was Rudy. Yes. It smells like Baccarat Rouge without the ethyl maltol. I was like, well, surely that's all that Baccarat Rouge is. Surely not. Just spout out of bullshit because their base are dummies. Yeah, the people aren't fucking... Most people aren't interested in fragrance. Like, to the point where they actually want to know about it. They just want to watch some content, right? Smells like fragrance more than night without the oud. It's got like rose in it and shit like that. See, I'm one of those people who can hardly smell Baccarat Rouge 540. So that's why I was like, ah. So there's like nothing there. It smells like fresh air, does it? Oh. Got myself a summer amber, friends. And it's a vintage. And it's called a L'Eau d'Ambre. Amber water. Dev says, I just treat fragrance like paintings. I don't know which colours they used in the painting. I'm here for the images. You know what smells like Baccarat Rouge 540? Oud for greatness, lol. I used 3 sprays of Baccarat Rouge 540 to X-ray to the bank, and some lady turned and looked at me once. Baccarat, I didn't get that much on me. I gave it to my sister, and I find it excellent on her. Oh, welcome, Keith. Manly Senses afoot. How you doing? To be honest, I miss new blends. What's that? What is new blends? No blends. Oh. Oh, dear me. Andrej says, evening all, scent of the day, Amouage beloved woman from a sample. Baccarat Rouge 540 is a meme. Smell it more as I go into the inner city. Yeah, it's one of those fragrances. People who think they know what like good fragrances are. Where the worst was a comment on Seb's channel. Some Grom wanted a frag that will show his wife he loves her and his in-laws that he is a great man. Goodness me. That's like that fucking Antonio. Remember that? I can't remember what he's called. I don't know what his channel's called. Is it Real Men, Real Style or something? He came out with like 3 fragrances and like honor, courage, and something else. And I can tell you now that I know, I just know that those fragrances are dog shit. You know, those fragrances are going to be fucking wank. Mission fragrances, there it is. They're going to be fucking atrocious. I base that, right, on the fact that apparently what he did was he, quote unquote, researched. He researched the notes that are like the ones that like, quote unquote, researched the ones that what was it? It was the notes that fucking made people feel a certain way. So basically, they're going to be the most popular notes like ISOE, Super, and they're going to be, and he's packaged it and he's marketing. That's where all the money goes. It's marketing, you know. It's that's what he's up to. It's psychological warfare is what he's doing. Still selling Oud our performance enhancing colognes. That should really be illegal to say. You know, like the pheromone thing. The pheromone thing is that's just crazy. Get a sample set and do a video. What on? Have you tried Ashton's Michael Malone stuff? Honestly, you know, I like Ashton. I imagine they're shite as well. Simply because of who he's working with. Anybody see Ashton's post the other day about Zaharoff? Saying whether he should do a video on his experience working with Zaharoff. I left a comment saying just be honest and go for it. That's the best thing to do in life. Just be honest and go for it. You know? Nobody can fucking give you shit. You know? This is an underrated fragrance as well. Malto Smalto, one of the best barber shops. Hello, Anuj. I've got Anuj working furiously behind the scenes, trying to find me a bottle of Metropolis by Estee Lauder. I hate this molecular style fragrance trend. Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, you don't get fragrances anymore. You get the whole fucking like robotic, not human, inhuman fucking like a human plus kind of thing going on, you know. My mate reckons that the whole culture war thing and everything is to like soften people up for when she calls it transhumanism comes in. So basically half human, half robot. And I'm like, that's a stretch, you know. It's a long way off. And she would sit there and say, no, it's not. But then again, she argues with everything, about everything. So Jazz Prestige is nice. I much prefer Jazz Prestige to the original Jazz. I just thought the original Jazz was a bit pants, to be honest. AI fragrances, yes, but like the type of fragrances an AI would wear, like the way our AI would smell, like AI musk. You know what I mean? That's another person I don't like as well, Elon Musk. Fuck him. Honestly, there are tons of young guys who are very into what reviewers say. I asked why someone should pay for those fragrance triggers and someone laughed at me like I'm ignorant. Yeah, like, you ever heard the phrase that it's easier to fool people than convince them they've been fooled? That's what that is. Once you've got somebody, it's very difficult to unget them, you know? Look at Scientology. Not many people leave that place. You know? The latest gentleman is dog shit. They had some decent frags till now. Burnt hair fragrance, that can fuck off. It's all brainwashing. Yep. People get really mad when you showed them how they've been fooled. Yes, they do. And they take it out on you. Because they feel stupid. There's no that fucking sets people off worse than when they feel stupid. You know? Ah, welcome, Rudy. Jazz Prestige is great. Nice Mysore in it. Sergio Tacchini smells like Jazz Prestige. Sergio Tacchini. Have you ever... Oh, shit, where am I going? Excuse me. Sergio Tacchini. Have you ever heard of this, though? Oh, where is it? There it is. I don't know why I thought of this. It's not Sergio Tacchini. It's Sergio Soldano. This is Man Black for men. Black. Nero, I think it gets called sometimes. And it is black. This genuinely smells black. You know? Like pitch black. It's got a touch of something by Beaufort about it. Sergio is fresher. Sergio Soldano Black is a better version of Jaguar for men. I got this from the Nouge. It is an extremely old bottle. Soldano Black. Oh, sorry, I've read that. I felt bad about an old couple about to buy Sauvage at retail for their son at Sephora, so I gave them a link to a discounter. Oh, nice. I've done that before. Away from the sales associates, though. I gave Richie G my bottle of Eau Sauvage today. Well, he insisted on giving us 20 quid for it, like, but I just never wore it, like, you know what I mean? I've actually got a vintage one, would you believe? I've got a vintage one. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, that's right. I saw something in the Dior boutique today that was a little bit disconcerting, and that was that some of their older releases like Leather Oud, Queer Canage, Eau Noir, Bois d'Argent, and Amber and Away, maybe, all had the CD on the cap separated. So that is not a very good standard by which to tell if the Dior privés are, if those like particular Dior privés are vintage or not anymore. So the lass in the shop was like, look, here's Queer Canage. And I looked at the bottle, I was like, oh, is that an old bottle? And I looked, and it was a 2020, I think the batch code was 2021, 22, where Queer Canage didn't come out until 2014, I think. Yeah, it was. I think it was 2014. And yes, it was 2014, so it couldn't have been a 2011 bottle, all right? And I was like, what is going on there? Why are they doing this? Like, this can't be right. And she was like, oh, it's because they're part of like this this like collection within the collection. And I thought, you fucking rascal. I was like, there's no way I'm touching that shit. Like, she tried to sell us Dior Amour as well. And one of those Elixir things, which are absolutely one of the biggest rip-offs I've ever seen. Like, they're definitely for people who don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Because if you pay full price for those things, no, they smell lovely. no doubt, but you can't be paying 300 quid for one of those. That's insane. That is truly bonkers. You know? It just can't be something, because you can buy the oil, you can buy better quality oils from like Etsy and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Mellifluence actually does a really good patchouli. He sold me a vintage patchouli oil. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Rudy says that Dior Amore is really good. Oh dear. Not sure about that. The jasmine in it. Jasmine in it doesn't really... Bleh. I don't really care for the jasmine in it. I don't really care for jasmine in anything, to be fair. It's not right, but it's okay. I feel bad sometimes when a sales associate comes with something the masses like and then I say it's shit. Regular people, unfortunately, don't trust grey market sites. They think the fragrances are fake or expired. Dior Amore is an iris fragrance, are you sure? I get a lot of jasmine from it. I got a lot of white floralness from it. And I didn't enjoy it at all. Product says I like Gris Montagne. It's Gris Dior now, you know. On the tube box too, says Pradeep. I didn't get that far. I didn't want her to whip out the box. I wasn't like, because if I'd got her to whip out the box, it would have been like a sign that I was willing to buy it, and I didn't want to give her any encouragement whatsoever. You know? Like, I didn't want her thinking that I was genuinely gonna buy a fragrance off her that day. You know? She was like, I know you like Queer Canage. I was like, I do like Queer Canage. That's why I've got like 800 mils or 700 mils of the shit. You know? I can't be dealing with that. Crazy talk. You can return it to another Dior outlet, just like the Cartier. Not if I open it. Queer Canage is too sweet for me. But there is a note of jasmine in it. I definitely get the jasmine. It definitely comes at us. That's weird. The bottle of Eau Noir I received this week has the attached C and D. Honestly, the bottle of the Queer Canage had the separated CD on it. Now, I think Rudy said maybe they've switched the caps. Maybe they have. Like, they are having to give it big licks on that counter at the minute. Apparently, the counter that they put into that Harrods, right? Apparently, the Dior counter cost about £250,000. Cost like as much as a house. I was like, what? It wasn't one of the Dior people who told us that. It was one of the other lasses who works there. She was like, yeah, it's like the price of a house. And I was like, how much? She was like 250 grand for a counter. I was like, no way. She was like, yep. I can't even remember which lass it was that told us that now. Acro ink gives me too much jasmine. See, I like Acro ink, but that's one of the girls in the department store where it's being sold smelled it on me, and she was like, that smells really good on you. I really like it. So instantly I was like, nice. I was like, that's great, thanks. And then I was like, but I'm not sure how much I like it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how much I like that at all. So, yeah. Should I buy it because a girl with a nice arse said that it was nice? On me? Or should I leave it well enough alone? Because I don't like it. Who knows? Who knows, friends? Who knows? Hello, Jonathan. How are you? What's happening? I like the cumin rose one from Acro, but not enough to buy, says DJ. I bought my Mitza from Harrods 2 years ago, 250ml for $200 with shipping. Goodness me. I think the barcode was input wrong. Yes. Don't say anything. Just be like, thanks. So maybe even leave a little bit like, well, you know, it's expensive, but yeah, I think it's worth it. You know, just leave a little one of that on that chin. They'll enjoy that. And you never have to see them again. I like little wins like that. Acro Night, is it, DJ? I liked the Acro line. I appreciated them, the fact that they were doing things, you know, like that it was different, it was different, and it was nice, and I enjoyed it, and I found them, like, I would find it very difficult to wear them, you know. I got dark for 50. Nice dark chocolate, not worth retail. Yeah. Oh, lot of them, man. I paid like 50 or 60 quid for that, and it's like a modernish bottle. Apparently they're going to throw out 3 more cents. Or they're doubling down, are they? I wanted a love Acro ink, says Jonathan. Ended up I liked smoke more. Excuse me. I said nothing, says Rudy. I gave him my credit card information so fast. Yeah, quickly take it. Write it down quick. Awake was one of the most realistic roasted coffee notes I've ever smelled. Yes. Yes. Have you smelled Followed by Kerosene yet? Because I'm dying to try that one. Acro, cum, slag, balloons. You can say, you know, that wouldn't be out of the sphere of what it is, like out of the aesthetic of the brand. That's the word I was looking for. I'm curious about Dusita. I think we've all got a curiosity towards Dusita, haven't we? She's a pretty woman. I've got the sample set, actually. I need to do my summing up of the Strangelove sample set that I got. And then I will move on to the next one. I haven't made any videos this week. It's been a funny old week for me, that. But yes, I will try this week to make some videos. You know. There it is. There's my Davidoff. Davidoff, the original, little 25ml number. I don't know how much I care for that, actually. Balloons off of nitties, I can't lie. I don't know what that means. Jesus, DJ, people have those addictions. Dusita is okay. They got rid of the only one I cared for with Oud Infini. Should have been called Civet Infini. I smelled that a couple of times and it was just too much for me. Which I saw some good deals on Chanel exclusives on eBay, but I'm worried that it is a counterfeit. Isn't Chanel one of the most counterfeited on eBay? Apparently so, yes. Apparently so, yes. I'd be careful. People are addicted to balloons, all those Mr. Whippy can't. Mr. Whippy. I saw a lass filling up some balloons today. Oh, don't buy Chanel off eBay. I've bought a couple of Chanels off eBay. I'm pretty sure I didn't get ripped off. You know? Pretty sure I didn't. That queered a Russi. Like, I know the seller who sold me the Sycamore EDT. Deal hunting leads to getting scammed, yes. I got 2 Chanels from eBay, 1 real, 1 fake. I just got my money back for the fake. People would rather save £5. Honestly, the amount of shit I've been getting on eBay. There was a guy who contacted me. I'm selling my bottle of Promise. And the guy was like, hi, you can give me this £35 off with shipping. If you say yes, I'll give you the money now. I said no. And then he was like, but I can buy it now if you give us it with £35 off. I was like, I know you can, but I'm not going to. You dick. I was like, I was like, if I was willing to accept offers, mate, I'd have put accept offers on. But no. I also got something very similar about my. I also got something very similar from. It's, oh God, what was it? What was I going to say? My Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I had one, I've got it listed for like 50 quid cheaper. It's basically full. 50 quid cheaper than what it is retail, right? So it's 135 retail or 134 retail, and I've got mine up for 80 quid. Someone was like, oh, give us this for 65. And I was like, no. And they were like, well, someone else is offering it for 75. And they were like, if you give it to me for 70, I'll buy it off you. And I was like, fuck off. I don't like being patronised like as if fucking people think I'm going to go for that. You know what I mean? You absolute weapons. People just fucking do nothing. People are shit. I fucking hate people. I'm just kidding. I like some people. The general public, not so much. Oh. I am going to dehydrate. Give me a few, not even a few minutes, just a couple of minutes. I'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Ooh. Yes. I see the views have gone up when I've been out again. That is slightly disconcerting, friends, I can't lie. Ooh. Like, considerably gone up as well. Maybe not for me then, I don't have that good experience with Apple. I know Rich is having a slash when he texts me during a live stream. That's right. Because people are curious to hear you do your thing. They're waiting, and then when they actually hear me talking, they're like, oh, fuck that, you know what I mean? Fuck that. See? Those extra people who came in have quickly fucked off when I've come back. Outrageous is good for 160. I like it. Smells like a mojito. Heavy ambroxan. Somebody was offering me the superstitious. Someone was offering me superstitious, and I was like, ugh. I know it's rare and discontinued. I was like, I just fucking didn't want it. I just don't like it. Some people think I like the R. Kelly treatment. I'm not taking us to the dehydrate with us. Screw that. When they don't hear a quack, they leave. It's when they do hear a quack, they leave. Ooh. Yes, I have the Ducita sample set, which I discontinued. I have the Ducita sample set, but I will be doing my debriefing on the House of Strangelove before I do any of that. I need to send Smurfy Girly some stuff. I also need to send Brooke from St. Celia some stuff. But we'll have a quick look at the Ducitas that I received. Peter Carter from Deepest Fragrant View very kindly sent me something that Ducita sent to him. Because I think they're mates. But he sent it to me because he's trying to be minimalist, excuse me. Okay, so this is the sample set from Ducita, which I bought, of course. There are 9 times 2.5 milliliter samples. I like a bigger sample, you know. Bigger than 2 mil. 2 mil doesn't feel like quite enough, but 3 mil feels quite big. But they also sent me this. This is the collection signature. Coffret de Trois en Chantillon. Fuck knows. But in here there is Monterey, Cavatina, and Oud Infini. I thought I better get an Oud Infini because they were offering it, and I thought, fuck it. Because they're not going to be around for much longer. That's a good size. I like you. Oud Infini. Should I spray it? Go on then. Fuck it. It's already been sprayed. Say it's not quite as bad as the first time I smelled it. What's Keith been saying? First time I got scammed on eBay was in the 90s. I was furious, so I signed his email address up for all the free pick of the day horrific wild porn I could find. It was a thing back then, not proud. Good man. Looking forward to your... that smells like a tyre. That genuinely smells like rubber. That's what I thought last time. It's got... You know when you go into like a tyre place that obviously sells fucking tyres, what? And you just smell all that rubber. It's got that kind of vibe to it, I think. Like, I don't get shit. I don't get outrageous feces. I don't get loads of civet. But look what Peter sent us. Peter sent me this. Got a nice little fucking thing of something called Monterey. Monterey Burns. I don't know what this smells like. Oh, he sprayed it. I'm not getting much from that. But it's a nice little package. And then there's the sample set. Oh, that's the influencer thing that she sent out. I don't get outrageous feces. Quote of the day. Outrageous feces. So, in this sample set, which I have received, there is Melody de l'amour, Isara, La douceur de Siam, Fleur de Lolita, Erewhon, Splendiris, which I'm looking forward to trying, La Pavilion d'Or, Moonlight in Chiang Mai, and Anam Cara. I know DJ's furiously typing a comment now saying about how much he hates Moonlight in Chiang Mai. Have you smelled the Ramon Monagal ouds? No. I've smelled the Rosendo Mature ones, and they were shite. Bless him. He didn't go out in style, did he? Old Rosendo Mature. He did not go out in style at all. You know me too much, says DJ. Moonlight in wank. Strange Love Discovery Set. You are too expensive. Perfumes. I mean, he did Cardinal, Rich. Who did? Which Cardinal? Cardinal for who? For me, the nicest one of these, I might as well tell you, is the iris, the chocolate iris. What? The chocolate iris one's, I think, really nice. Although it's a little bit too chocolate iris at the beginning. It's not that bad, is it? You did Cardinal. I haven't smelled Cardinal by Zoologist. I thought you meant Cardinal by James Healy. I was like, no, James Healy made that. This smells, to me, what I think people who don't know much about fragrance, like, for people who don't know much about fragrance, I imagine that this is what they think smells really good and expensive, you know, and is worth like thousands, but it's not. It's not worth anywhere near that kind of money. There's a little fucking insight into what I'm going to say this week. Even my favourite one is not worth absolutely... It's not worth anywhere near that kind of money. I'll tell you what pissed me right off about this brand. Alright? See this Strange Love sticker here? This sticker which says Strange Love upside down. If I take this off, right? If I take this off, look what I can reveal underneath. Oh, no, I can't, because I've ripped it. What a twit. Oh, can I? Oh, can I? Eine. It says Eine. What it actually says is made in China. Making $1,000 fragrances. And you're making the boxes in China. For $1,000, I want it made by fucking outrageous fucking dwarves who are brilliant at fucking goldsmithing. Extremely talented small people who know exactly how to fucking make a box to the highest specifications. Healy Cardinal and Healy as a house are on my radar. I've tried quite a few recently. Quality, it seems. It got renamed Miracle. What scent are we talking about? We are talking about Strange Love in general. There's a Lux brand targeting rich people up selling low-grade oud in their scents. It could be that Strange Love. Just Excuse me, I'm just sending Galen violent emojis. I'm still on a quest for Green Valley, if anybody has any. I'm also on a quest for a vintage Iris Silver Mist. That's not a new trend, says Jonathan. No. Galen has worried me by commenting that looking forward to your thoughts on Dusita's Erewhon. Should I be afraid? I feel like I am going to be. Oh no, not the chai country. Nah. Aina. You need to be careful of the Aina. Soon we will start seeing China instead of made in France and designer frags. I mean, I don't know how long that kind of trend of like Chinese manufacturing can continue. Like, they've got a bit of a problem with their population at the minute. Vintage Iris Silver Mist, good luck. Well, I have approached Serge Luton. I've actually emailed them a couple of times being like, "Hi, do you have any of the old stock bottles left?" Well, I've never got any reply, to be fair. Shithouses. I wonder what they would say if they were to reply. No, sorry, those don't exist anymore. Soon we will start seeing China. Their population isn't the problem, it's their infrastructure that needs to be upgraded if they want to lead the world. Have you seen how much money they put into their infrastructure? You've seen the roads and shit like that. Serge Luton's customer service is shit. Yeah, it's like fucking, it's like what they're called. Channel. You should break into Sheldrake or Serge's house, Duck. Right. Can I tell them that you told us to? Well, I just got an outrageous message. Do you all remember Catherine from Le Parfumier? When Eugene went round and had a look and met them, and we had the stream, and it was a lovely time, and I was giddy with excitement. That was quite a while ago now, wasn't it? A couple of years just told us she's expecting a baby this month. Congratulations to Catherine. DJ says, who? You weren't around then. So, have smelled ocean oud, and it was really awful. The usual synthy oud with massive dose of cologne in the opening. I just can't stand the cologne in big doses, says Juro. That reminds me of that Silence the Sea. That Silence the Sea is fucking rotten at the beginning. It is so nasty. It was so nasty. It smelled like rancid, what my friend calls bilge water. I just think it smells like rancid fucking, like, sea. You know, you get some, like, seawater in the bottom of a boat. And it sits there and festers and grows shit and fucking stuff dies in it. And, like, it's got dead fish in it. You know? It smells like fish eggs. Yeah, it's so gross. It's so gross. Silence the Sea. They can keep that shit as far away from me as they possibly want. Excuse me, sorry. You didn't deserve that. I will say this Melt My Heart, or the Irish chocolate one, is very, very pleasant. It's extremely nice. It's very, very nice, and it smells expensive, and it smells cool and fucking... It smells like... It smells expensive. But Is it worth £1,000 a bottle? Not even close. Not even close, unless you get an ounce of gold with it. Then no. I'll tell you what is nice, though. Oh, excuse me. Was this fragrance that I bought when I was watching the Persolace stream. And this is from Nay. It's the Nay 1+1. And it's called Adorum. And I do adore them. Melt My Heart unboxing coming soon. I can tell you safely it is not. Adorum is very nice. Don't know if they do full bottles of it. It's supposed to be their take on the colour black, which is just, I mean, how long do we have to put up with that shit? It's the incense one. I got a big sort of greeny kind of thing going on with it. Maybe it's a galbanum. Let's have a smell. See, I've applied them. Yes, it has got incense in, you're right. It's got a spicy kind of incense, but I get a greeny. Did you get it as well, Pradeep? They don't. It's all 15 mils. Well, they're bastards, aren't they? That's not very nice. Oh, it is. This is nice, though. This is a very nice and well-made fragrance. And I wish they did bottles of it, but they don't. Woof. Shalnoor. Shalnoor by Etro. Another fragrance I am looking forward to wearing this year. I really like Etro. Etro's a massively underrated designer brand, and they still take care of their fragrances as well. Oh, that is lovely. What's this scent smell like? Back? What do you mean back? It smells like incense, man. It's very dry, a little bit green. I'll send you a decant if you like. Give us a second, I will have to go on the Nair website. I got one of their fucking magazines in the post and it was in French. Livid. Livid. I gave it to me mate. Oh, where is it, man? Nay magazine, Adorum. Music and perfume, $69. Eau de parfum. Adorum regular price $39. It's worth $40. Like, it really is. That 15 mil. It's a lovely little incense fragrance, like, you know. Through Smoke, one perfumer, one artist, one magazine, one fragrance. The seventh edition to the ongoing project pairs perfumer Fabrice Pellegrin with chef Akram Benalal. The result of their collaboration is Adorum. Here it is offered alongside the latest issue of Nay, the olfactory magazine, for a special price. This is a limited edition fragrance and available only while supplies last. And it's not telling us what the notes are, friends. But I get like an incense and a galbanum type thing. Oh, you motherfucker. Buy with shop. Through Smoke, wow, have you translated to French? It's a perfume, isn't it? Yes. Sorry, friends, it's not helping. It's not playing ball. I only like Japanese incense scents. Do you like that one that Comme des Garçons did? Catholic incense makes me nauseous, says DJ. Time to learn French, Rich. No. I wanted a bottle of Messe de Minuit, but I'm not sure in what shape the modern is. I have got a vintage somewhere, and it's lovely. Etro really look after their fragrances as well. So, I won't tell you that you should buy with confidence, but I'd be surprised if it was shit. Do you know what I mean? I'd be surprised if it was shit. Oopsie. I have one, and that's all I need. Not the Comme des Garçons. Notes are in the book. Well, the book isn't my friend's because I can't read fucking French, and neither can she, apparently, but maybe that'll help her. Great fragrance, Paroli. It is a great fragrance, that, to be fair. I'll be back in 2 seconds, friends. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that melt my heart is deeply pleasant. I won't lie to you. It's pleasant, but more, you know. Oh, crikey. Can you post some other runs when we have the time in the West? Maybe a bottle as well. Yes. Whoops. Sorry, mate. Sorry, friends. I'm just fucking having a bit of a beast. I had to go and sort something out. Time to learn French ritual. I've read that. Great fragrance, Paroli. It is a good fragrance, actually. I have one, and that's all I need. I'd be surprised too. Probably one that suffered the most from the reformulations out of all the Etros. I mean, it was a really good fragrance. I mean, I've got it here. Hold on a second. I'm really looking forward to wearing that Labs by Unum. Or Laos, as people keep telling us. Here is Messe de Minuit Eau de Cologne. So this is the original. Okay. This is a tremendous fragrance. Like, clearly the most underrated designer house I can think of. Never trust anyone going off memory alone. Yeah, people don't realize just how unreliable their memories are. You know, it's a fucking nightmare out there. I'm telling you. That Adorum is really nice, actually. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I am enjoying the thought of it. But this Messe Minuit, let's try a little bit of this. I'm going to stink like a fucking tart handbag after this. Well, at least the tart has good taste. Right, that needs a minute to just chill out because it's doing all sorts there. In June, my friends, I've already paid for these, but I've got my friend, I've told you about my friend from Japan. The Frenchman who lives in Japan. And he's a good lad. He's a great lad. He's such a great lad that he texted me the other day and said, Rich, do you remember when you were telling us about how you wanted some vintage Eggo East? And I said, of course. He sent me 3 pictures of some vintage Eggo East and a bottle of Champagne Absolute, which I got for Dura Rose. He sent us these 3 pictures and he was like, look, French man in Japan, of course. Man after my own heart, that white man in Japan. Yes, that's right, Dev. That is right. Anyway, the French man in Japan texted and he was like, He was like, I have found, because the internal Japanese market is cheap as all fuck. It's absolutely scandalous. But when they put them on sale for the rest of the world, they charge an arm and a leg. So he was like, I've got access to the internal Japanese market. I was like, good man. Sent me a picture of a 125ml bottle of I've already got him on the case, mate. I've already got him on the case. If you tell us what you want from Guerlain, I've already got him on the case for some Irish silver mist, But I've where is he? Raoul. Basically, I paid him fucking the best part of 500 quid today, and I'm not getting these fragrances until June. But he sent me... Oh, fuck, it's in the emails. Sorry. He sent me these pictures. So there was a 125ml splash of vintage Eggo East. So, I mean, you know I'm all about that. There was a Eggo East 100ml, right? A vintage Eggo East 100ml. I paid 100 quid for that. And a Lego East. So an Eggo East with the L at the beginning. Does anybody know anything about that? Anybody know anything about those? Sorry. Where is it? Right. So there is... Oh, I'll cover his name. Sorry, Raoul, mate. There's Eggo East. All right. 125ml vintage. There's another Eggo East. That's 100ml vintage. And that's a Lego East. Anybody know anything about the ages? And then he sent us there's a vintage Musk Ravageur, like an original Musk Ravageur, but it's like a half a 50ml, and they want like 200 quid for it. Oh, just got DJ's message. Girl, why is any deep old stuff they don't make anymore? You'll have to name them, mate, because I don't know what they are. I don't know. I'm not that deep in the Guerlain game. I've seen them. Can you tell us some Japan website where we can buy the fragrances? They've got Mercari in Japan, but I don't know if they'll ship them over here. DJ, you'd have to send names, mate. What's he charging for shipping, if you don't mind? Well, what he does is he comes back to Europe from France. He comes back to Europe from Japan. And then he sends them from there, and he will only send right 1 or 2 bottles in each box, right? And he charges 25 quid per box. And like I got like 3 fragrances off. No, sorry, I got 4 or 5 fragrances off him. And I got 4 or 5 fragrances off him, right? And he sent them in 4 boxes, and I ended up having to pay 100 quid shipping, and I was fucking gutted. But he refunds the difference. So he charges a flat 25 quid, and then say it comes to like 16 quid. He'll like recharge it. He'll refund you that 9 quid. But I was just like, just send 1 fucking box. He's like, aye, but if they get caught, then they're all lost, and I'll have to give you your money back. So I was like, fair play if you're prepared to give us my money back. Like, But yeah, some of the stuff he's got access to. That's where I got all them fucking Egoist cologne concentrates from. You know? He is brilliant. That's where I got me back up with Gucci Envy from. Paid like £100 for that Gucci Envy. I've got another one coming. He's brilliant, to be fair to him. Like, he's really, like, I trust him implicitly. I've sent him the best part of £500, and I'm like, he could just go. He could just like never speak to us again. You know what I mean? But I know he won't. I've got to the point now I've exchanged phone numbers with him. It was just emails at first because I met him through eBay, and he was like, "Look," he was like, "You're clearly a collector," and I was like, "Well, yes, I clearly am." And he was like, fair play. He was like, if you tell me stuff that you want from over there, I'll come over. I'll put a little bit of vig on it for us. I'll make a little bit. And then he was like, I'll not charge you the going rate. And I was like, look, I'm not asking you to do for nothing, for God's sake. Like, you should be paid for your fucking time and your effort. Do you know what I mean? I'm like a true believer in that, you know? I just wish he would send them all in one package, but then I understand why he doesn't. I've asked him about vintage Serge. I've asked him about vintage Shiseido as well, like Feminine Dubois. And he's like, you'd be surprised. He was like, that's the stuff. Because he was like, there's a lot of stuff in... excuse me. He was like, oh, the treasure is based in Japan, right? Yeah, but he's a scandalous bastard. He buys stuff cheap as chips over there and then fucking sells it. He buys it for the markup. He doesn't buy it because he's interested in it. Although he says he is, but the markup he's putting on fragrances is scandalous. 10 times the price sometimes. 5 times the price. You know, as much as he can get. There's something a little bit unseemly about that. Jonathan, I'll speak to him for you if you want and ask him if he'd send anything to America. I'll speak to him, mate, obviously. If you can think of a list of stuff, because that's what I do. Like, he sends us messages being like, oh, I've had a look and like found some stuff, and like if you think of like a few things that you're finding really hard to get, but there's like he says he's got Antaeus, he's got vintage Chanel coming out his ears. All right, he says that vintage Chanel. He was like, there's fucking tons of it, as evidenced by the fact he can get those vintage Egoists. You saw them Egoist pictures. They've all got the eau de toilette above the Chanel, which I think is how you date them. And he's like, oh, like he was like, I can get Antaeus and fucking Egoist because they're the ones I asked him for. He's like, what about Platinum Egoist? I was like, no, keep it as far away from us as you can. Yeah, I need the vintage Egoist. Oh, it's glorious. The cologne concentrate, mate, that's the one you want. The cologne concentrate is like Egoist, just more. There's just more of it. You know what I mean? It's like boobs. Everybody likes boobs. But when they're big boobs, you know? There's just more. It's great. Dark stuff, says Proddy. French people sell off vintage frags of their dead parents and grandparents. Well, I mean, what else are you supposed to do with them? What else are you supposed to do with these fragrances, to be fair? You know? I'd rather have them out there in the world, although I wouldn't be... I don't know. I'd rather make sure they went to a good home. I don't put a lot of... I've got some stuff up on eBay at the minute. Like, obviously, if you watched the stream the other night and how ruthless I was being, I've put stuff up on there and I'm trying to make a little bit of money, but I don't know. I was always convinced I was going to put stuff up on eBay and try and like if I was selling it like a mate, I would do it cheaper and I would like sell more to like the people of eBay. But I just find myself like I just cannot. Like I sold me vintage original Santal the other day to someone and I only charged 210 quid. I could have charged fucking the best part of 300 quid for that. I think I'm gonna sell a vintage Aventus as well. Like a 2016-17 bottle. As I said before, a lot of hoarders will have the stuff end up in an estate sale when they pass. That's something that me and Ramsey were talking. Do you know how I said in my last stream that, well, the rotation stream, I said that I don't want my fragrance collection to become a museum. Ramsey said he was watching that stream and he was like, I do. I want my fragrance collection to be like a museum. I want like to be able to reference everything. I was like, do you know what it is? I was like, I really understand that. It's sound logic. It's really sound logic. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. He was like, oh, I felt pain when you said you were going to, what was it I was going to sell? And he was like, the Van Cleef and Arpels Pour On. He was like, I can't believe you're selling it. I was like, mate, I never even think about it. And I'd rather have the money to go towards something else. Something that I will think about, something that I will buy. Every once in a while, a perfume like that comes along, like that Lavs by Unum. Like, I think about that perfume when I don't wear it. The Iris Nazarena, you know. Enchanted Forest. Like, I'm really looking forward to wearing that. Might be a little bit cold at the minute. Strangely enough, Prada Amber Pour On. What the fuck? Like, I can't explain this to you. Out of all the outrageous fragrances I've got, right, I really, really, really enjoy wearing Prada Amber Pour On. Oh, I think it could be the fucking, what's it called? The saffron. There's a saffron note in this that's really nice. I mean, look what I've done to this bottle. I just think it's so, you know, if I was going to work, like if I was going into the office to work, I'd wear this. It's different, it's potent, it's easy, it's lovely. What will happen to your collection after your time? I've left it to Richie G and Ramsey. Richie G gets a couple of things. Ramsey gets most of it, really. It's in me will. I need to have the talk with my mother. Sit down and tell her, like, because you didn't want to talk to your mother about it, like, if something happens to you, you know. It's what your parents do to you, not the other way around. But if I sit down and tell my mother, I'll be like, look, like, if you give away, or just, like, if you, like, say, oh, I can't have Richard's fragrances around because they're just reminders of him and I don't want them and I just want to give them away, I'll come back and I'll get her. That's what I'll say. I'll be like, I will not just haunt you. There'll be like banging doors, there'll be fucking like noises, there'll be wind coming from nowhere, there'll be fucking hell on. Do not give my collection away. Make sure it gets into the right hands. In all seriousness, I would leave a couple of fragrances to a couple of different people, right? And the rest of them, I would want someone like Richie G to get it and for him to sell it and give most of the money to me mum, and obviously him keep some as well. Alan says, I'm back. I had to run an errand and do a urine drug screen for the new employer. Do I know how to party on a Saturday or what? It is Saturday, to be fair, Alan. Did you see my status on WhatsApp? I do love a seal. If you like Prada Amber Pour On, try Queer Fetiche by Maître Parfumeur Egantier. I have got some samples from Maître Parfumeur Egantier, right? And as soon as I got them, I didn't know what the crack was with the samples. And as soon as I fucking got them, I opened them up and I was like, oh, fuck off the fucking dabbers. I hate dabbers. They ruin everything. They just make everything, like, worse. Ah, Lils is here. Better start writing that perfume straight. Well, right now, says Lily. Oh, she's going to come and get us. Or do you mean it's going to take 30 years for us to actually write it? Similarities are shocking, but there's a leather aspect that makes it more interesting, says Fernando. Nice. Nice. My good time boy. I really like this. I must admit, I really do like this. Juro says, I like that Prada Amber too. I think that Daniela, Queen of Clean Andrea, did some good job for Prada. But now they're like under L'Oreal, they might get known the treatment. Oh God, no, they're not, are they? When did Prada get bought out by L'Oreal? Me and Richard G were lamenting the state of Mugler today. We saw the Mugler as quote unquote counter. You selling your Zonka, Rich? I am, 235 quid. And I've had a lot of interest, Stephen. I would sell it to you a little bit cheaper, mate. But not a lot. I am selling me Zonka, though. And it's like full. It's fucking awful. I don't understand how people get like that. Oh, yes, we Prada Amber pour on. Love L'Oreal as the graveyard for fragrance houses. It is there. Hello, Vic. I'll be going in a minute. Stephen, if you want to talk about it, Stephen, then you can email us. Have you got my email address? I think you have. Prada Amber Pour On is so much better than the Intense. Do you know, I'm not rightly sure that I've smelled the Intense. I'd like to. But I can't remember smelling it. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. In early 2001, says Juro. Oh, God. What's that, Dev? What is fucking finally? In early 2001, Juro. Oh, Dev with his assignment. And that would mean that L'Oreal have had them like the whole time when people... That leather root. Yeah, no problem, Steve, no problem. Like, if it doesn't sell for a while, like, no bother. I've actually had quite a bit of interest. A few people have messaged us and they've been like, would you sell it for like 150 quid? I'm like, mate, I've got it up for 235. Why would I sell it for 150 quid? All right, Rich, got work to do, night. Oh, Rich, we'll talk, no problem. I do not miss doing assignments, says Stephen. Honestly, I never went to university. I just couldn't hack it. I just the idea of having to write words and fucking, like, I was at the wrong, like, that age for me, I was a right tear away. Like, any of my teachers and stuff would have told you that I had the intelligence for it, but whether I could actually sit and fucking do that shit is, no. No, I couldn't. Losing 2-0 2 weeks in a row to a week in a row, 2 games in a row to the fucking Manchester teams. Horrible. I put up a Koros Freischer yesterday and it's got 8 watches. It's been up for less than 24 hours. It's got 8 watches. Vintage Koros Freischer. Hortus Sanitatis I would have thought would have went. The Mugler the Pure Havana by Thierry Mugler. Promise has got 7 watches. 7 watches. Nobody's interested in the Silver Mountain Water. No one gives a fuck about that. Put my KL Hom back up on eBay. I sold mine. It went well. I think Greggy Boy bought it. I'm selling that girl on Louis I bought. Selling the Valentino Uomo. I've got a rare opium flanker called Fleur Imperial. Right, I've got that up. It's 100 ml. I've got it up for 100 quid. It's actually quite nice. It just doesn't. I'm not wearing it. You know what I mean? And 7 people watching it, like, and just nobody is. Do you think people just watch stuff just to wind you up? Puig does a good job with their luxury brands. Comme des Garçons, Penhaligon's the only decent L'Oreal line. Sorry, that has disappeared before my eyes. The only decent L'Oreal line that's somewhat looked after is the Armani Privé. I've got a pure Havana for sale. It's full, the Thierry Mugler version, not the Mugler version. It's so potent. It's so incredibly potent, friends. Ah, Vic, you lived in Japan. How was it? I've had stuff on my watch list for donkeys. I bet sellers hate me. Usually when I decide to buy something, I usually strike, you know. Oh, flip. Anyway, I'm going to go because it's now my time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate it greatly. You are very kind. Thank you for everyone who has talked. Thank you for everyone who has watched, who has liked. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate your likes greatly. Apparently these are good as far as spreading the message. So yes, I appreciate everybody watching and liking and commenting, and I will see you all again soon. Good night.